There's still people here. I can barely hear their voices.
He's running, bro. Who's there? Ah! What the fuck? Oh shit!
What was that? What was that? Go. What do you want? Leave me alone!
They thought it was just another peaceful night under the stars, until the forest went silent. What happened next? Well, let's just say, not everything that watches you in the woods has eyes you can see. Welcome back to Silent Nightmare, where every shadow has a story, and every story might just be real. Meet Charles, a YouTuber you might recognize from his channel, Son of a Bear. Known for his deep love of the great outdoors, Charles often embarks on adventures through some of the most breathtaking forests, sharing every moment with his loyal audience. But on this particular day, what he captured on camera would send shivers down his spine, something he never thought he'd encounter. It was July 18th, 2021, a warm, sunny day in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Charles had been spending his summer immersed in the serenity of nature, waking up each morning to the peaceful sounds of birdsong and the rustling of leaves.
Welcome to the crib. This is a 10 by 10 wall tent that I live in for the summer. Let me foraging every day and
As Charles describes his tranquil surroundings in his vlog, it seems like the perfect place to disconnect from the chaos of daily life. But little did he know, this calm oasis was about to turn into a nightmare. Later that day, Charles set out on a mushroom hunting expedition, one of his favorite hobbies. The forest was calm, the only sounds being the crunch of leaves underfoot and the occasional chirp of birds. But then, out of nowhere, the peace was shattered.
And this one looks like it has a bite out of it. And this one. And there's one over here. Looks like it's holding some water. Huh? I think it's time to go.
A loud, blood-curdling scream pierced through the trees. The scream was close, too close, like someone was in terrible distress, enduring unimaginable pain. Without hesitation, he quickly packed up his camera, prioritizing his safety above all else. Questions raced through his mind. What could that have been? This was private property, and he had rented the campsite. Who or what could possibly be out here? But before he could even process what had happened, something even more disturbing occurred. Charles grabbed his phone and started recording. Captured clearly on the audio were the sounds of gunshots echoing through the forest. Could this have been connected to the blood-curdling scream he had just heard? Charles wasn't about to stick around to find out. He hurried back to his campsite, shaken but determined to report the incident. Once there, he spoke with the property owner, recounting his harrowing experience. The owner was left stunned, unable to offer any explanation. To this day, the events of that afternoon remain a mystery. No further information ever came to light about what happened in those woods. So, what do you think? Were the scream and the gunshots connected? Was someone out there in danger? Or was something darker lurking deep in the Blue Ridge Mountains that day? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Meet Thomas, the face behind the YouTube channel Thomas Locke, known for his outdoorsy content with a personal twist. Thomas treats his channel like a journal, sharing not just his adventures, but also his thoughts and feelings. Today, he's venturing into a forest just 20 minutes from his home, with his faithful companion, Archie, by his side. It's supposed to be a simple camping trip, but little does he know, he won't be staying for long. As they walk through the forest, searching for the perfect spot to set up camp, Archie's behavior starts to change.
Archie. Archie. What's that about?
Normally, Archie is calm and stays close by, but today he's restless, darting from side to side, sniffing the air with unusual intensity.
Tell you what I'll do. I'll get some food going, some smidge spray on, and then I'll see how I feel. Just doesn't feel right. Let's get some food on. Just my mind playing tricks on me.
Thomas notices this odd behavior and feels a pang of unease. Maybe Archie senses something that Thomas doesn't. As Thomas tries to settle in and prepare dinner, his unease only grows.
His dog's tail, he keeps looking over there. His tail. It's just completely dropped. He keeps looking in that direction.
Archie's eyes are fixed on a particular spot in the forest, his tail tucked low, a clear sign that something is off. The once happy dog now seems on edge, and Thomas can't shake the feeling that they're not alone.
Does that prove that something feels genuinely off? We're out here, man.
With every passing minute, Thomas's discomfort deepens. Archie's strange behavior is too much to ignore, and he decides it's time to leave.
And just go, which is exactly what I'm doing. I can't wait to look back at this footage and determine whether, like, my fears were justified, if it was just like my mind clearly playing tricks on me. That Archie was actually super calm and that it was nothing. But man, that didn't feel like nothing. Bad vibes, man. Bad vibes. I don't feel the slightest bit of regret. I feel that I've made the right choice.
Quickly packing up, Thomas heads back to his car, his heart racing. Just as they reach the car, a sound stops him in his tracks.
What the fuck was that? You won't have heard that because I've got my mic on me. Can you hear that? Switch your mic off. I'm not messing around. I really hope the mic picked that up. All the hairs on my back are up right now.
From deep within the forest comes an eerie howl, unlike anything Thomas has ever heard. Was it a wild animal or something more sinister? Whatever it was, Thomas knew he made the right choice by leaving. He jumps into his car with Archie beside him and speeds away.
I promise you I'm not doing this for content. I Holy crap. Mate. Maybe I should quit camping.
This experience serves as a stark reminder. Always trust your instincts and never ignore the warnings of your loyal dog. It's unsettling to realize how often we take the safety of our everyday surroundings for granted. Had Archie not been there, Thomas might have stayed longer, risking a far more dangerous encounter. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and to thank you for being part of this horror-loving community, we're giving away a special gift once we hit that milestone. If you haven't already, subscribe now, turn on notifications, and stay tuned, because things are about to get even scarier. This is Dan, a beloved YouTuber you may know from his channel, Cursed Urban. For nearly 5 years, Dan has documented his outdoor adventures, from serene camping trips to chilling explorations into the unknown. Fearless and always ready to take on the next challenge, Dan has built a reputation for pushing the limits of adventure. But on this particular journey, Dan would find himself in a situation unlike anything he had ever encountered. A real-life nightmare he would never forget.
We're at what is called the Forest of Sorrow. Yes, quite a, what's the word I'm looking for? A sinister name. Very sinister name, but yeah, that's where we're at. That's what.
It all began on November 18th, 2024, a crisp winter evening. The cold didn't deter Dan from setting out on his latest adventure, his destination, the ominously named Forest of Sorrow. This forest is shrouded in mystery, infamous for its eerie atmosphere. Locals whisper about strange rituals, ghostly presences, and people who ventured into the woods never to return. It's not the kind of place most would visit, especially alone at night. But that's exactly what Dan planned to do. Upon arriving, Dan parked his car, set up his tent, and decided to take a short evening walk to capture the beauty of the forest on camera.
All right, back onto the trail. So, man, it's getting dark. I've had to open up my aperture all the way now. I'm about to have to start bumping up the ISO on the camera. And I am getting hungry.
After an hour of walking, night began to fall. With thoughts of a warm meal by the campfire, Dan started making his way back to his campsite, unaware of the nightmare that awaited him. Back at camp, Dan built a fire and roasted marshmallows, enjoying the calm, peaceful evening. But the tranquility wouldn't last.
You gotta be kidding me. Dude, I just heard a scream.
Suddenly, a piercing scream echoed across the lake. Startled, Dan froze, listening intently.
Dude, that was that scream again. Who's speaking? That was that scream again.
Another scream pierced the silence, confirming he wasn't alone out there. The sound made him uneasy, but his curiosity got the better of him. Hoping for answers, Dan decided to use his Spirit Talker app to try and make contact with whatever might be lurking in the forest. But just as he began, the forest went eerily silent once again.
What I'm going to do is I am going to put out this fire to the best of my ability. And probably take a quick...
Time passed. Feeling restless, Dan decided to take one more walk along a nearby trail before heading to bed.
Yo! What was that? What the... Dude, that sounded powerful. That sounded like something big is...
As he ventured down the path, a loud snapping sound echoed from the trail ahead, immediately setting him on edge. Trying to brush it off, he continued walking, but then it happened again.
Oh, what the f... What was that?
Another loud snap. Whatever made that noise had to be big or powerful. The realization sent a chill down his spine, and a deep, unsettling feeling began to creep in.
Something just seems off tonight. Or right now. And I don't know. Sorry guys, I know I'm rambling and just like kind of carrying on right now, but it's just this is like just raw. This is like how I'm feeling right now. Like, I don't know, maybe I should go back to the safety of my campsite.
After just 10 minutes of walking, Dan decided to turn back toward his campsite, sensing that something wasn't right. His instincts were spot on.
I just saw a light. I saw a light. Dude.
As he neared his camp, a flashlight beam, likely from another person, caught his eye. At first, it didn't seem too alarming, but then Dan realized the light was coming from his campsite. Panic set in. Quickening his pace, Dan rushed to get back, desperate to reach his gear before whoever it was could act freely.
I just saw a light right over here. I think I got it on film. Wait. I didn't have this chair over here. This chair is closer to my tent. And dude, my tent is open. What the No, dude, my tent was not. No, my tent was not open when I left here. That chair was over by the tent, and the tent was not open.
Someone was snooping around, and it was clear their intentions weren't good. Thankfully, Dan had all his valuables with him, but the thought of someone wandering the woods with sinister motives left him deeply disturbed. With this haunting thought in his mind, Dan tried to calm himself.
Were they looking for that? Why would somebody be here? And why would somebody just take off if they were here? There was somebody just by my camp, looking around with a light right by where this boot is, and somebody opened my tent.
Debating whether he should pack up and leave or attempt to stay the night. About half an hour later, Dan checked in with his viewers, explaining that he hadn't seen or heard anything unusual since the earlier incident. Feeling a little reassured, he decided to stay, hoping for a peaceful night. But peace was the last thing he was about to get. Just as Dan was about to drift off to sleep, he was jolted awake by a loud, unsettling, and unexplainable sound. He heard footsteps, slow, deliberate, crunching on the dry leaves, heading directly toward his campsite. Shocked and on high alert, Dan's mind raced. Was this the same person who had been near his tent earlier? The footsteps stopped right beside his tent. Dan quickly switched off his light, his heart pounding. Then it happened.
There's somebody outside. There's somebody outside. There's somebody outside.
A flashlight beam pointed directly at him, catching Dan watching from inside the tent. Startled, he instinctively moved backward, hoping not to be seen. But he quickly realized that showing fear might not be the best option.
Who's out here? Who's out here? Answer me, who is out here?
Summoning his courage, Dan called out loudly, making his presence known. To his relief, the person immediately disappeared into the darkness of the forest. But Dan was shaken, knowing he was far from safe.
It's late. It's late now. I packed up everything, and I got in my car. I was kind of just stalling to see if anybody else would come back by here. But I'm definitely going to make a stop at the ranger station before I leave, and let them know, like, hey, like, there's somebody, like, I found this, and there's somebody, like, creeping around people's campsites, like, do with that. And
Unwilling to risk another encounter, Dan made the decision to pack up and leave, prioritizing his safety over any confrontation. Haunted by the experience, he later reported the incident to forest rangers, hoping to alert them so others wouldn't face the same danger. Dan shared that he had never experienced anything like it before, and was deeply shaken by the thought that some people in the wild might not have peaceful intentions. The group behind Project Purgatory, their visit to the estate became something far more unsettling, not because of ghosts, but because of the people they encountered there. Arriving late at night, the team set out to explore the deserted grounds, cameras in hand, ready to document any paranormal activity. The location itself has a reputation for being haunted, with many visitors reporting strange noises, shadowy figures, and an overwhelming sense of unease. However, as the group ventured deeper into the estate, they quickly realized that the most terrifying part of the night wouldn't be spirits.
Let's get this thing done, man. I feel like a cop. Y'all always keep your ears on the smooth.
Oh man.
This is deja vu, bro. This exact moment is deja vu. That's so crazy.
We've been here
This
before.
is deja vu of a deja vu moment.
So you always knew you was gonna be a ghost hunter, huh?
You said that exact same thing. Crazy, bro. I might be a medium. I might be over here. You see that shooting star?
Mm-hmm.
That's hella close.
At first, everything seemed normal. The dark, overgrown paths were quiet, no strange noises, no immediate signs of ghostly activity. But then, up ahead, they spotted a group of people standing in a circle in complete silence.
Yeah. Hey.
Bro, what? I don't even...
Okay.
Walking through, we see a group standing around in a circle. Two of them laughing for no reason. We start walking, we see one pop up behind a bush, just standing there straight staring at us. Then the group, all in a circle, starts looking at us while we walk by them, and then they start following us as we walk by them. So we all got our right now. Nah, this ain't one of them ones, bro. This ain't one of them ones. I'll take a nigga off a cliff with me. I'm surviving, bro. That's all I know.
Bro, I'll tell you what. Ghosts are one thing. People.
You see the dude in black just standing there looking at us?
Yeah, this just popped up out of the bush.
Bro, make sure you keep it. You hear that shit?
Why are they following us right now?
They're following us, bro. They're following us.
I know they're following us.
They're following us. Come on, come on.
Yo, don't put the light this way. I can't see that way.
They're following us, bro.
The way the individuals stood motionless in the dark seemed ritualistic, almost as if they were performing some kind of ceremony. The group hesitated, whispering among themselves about what to do. Before they could make a decision, one of the strangers turned toward them. A man dressed in black emerged from the bushes, staring at them without saying a word. The entire group fell silent. The strangers continued to stand there, unmoving, simply watching. Then, one of them spoke.
Is that them?
Yeah.
All right. We're coming up on them. Come on.
Dude, I'm not sticking around. Let's remove.
I feel like they surrounding us.
Get him. You just say get him? Yeah, I'm not sticking around.
Get them. Get them with the lights. The words sent a surge of adrenaline through the team. It was clear they were not welcome there. But what did these people mean by get them with the lights? Were they planning to chase them, surround them, attack them? Without waiting to find out, the group made the smart decision to leave immediately.
Well, it's been a very eventful night, guys. We got to hear and see a few things.
Tonight was an event.
They turned back, quickening their pace, but trying not to panic. Thankfully, they were not followed. Their initial goal had been to investigate ghosts, but instead, they had stumbled upon something potentially far more dangerous. Later, when reviewing their footage, they saw just how bizarre the encounter had been. It wasn't just the strange people standing in a circle. It was the way they reacted to the presence of the team, their silence, their stillness. And the cryptic command to get them with the lights made the whole experience even more chilling. The team later admitted that, while they were used to exploring haunted locations, this was one of the first times they truly felt unsafe. Not because of spirits, but because of other people. Sometimes the scariest things lurking in the dark aren't ghosts or monsters, but real people with unknown motives. We're diving into one of the most terrifying adventures Casey Nolan from Mindse TV has ever experienced. It's November 19th, 2023. Casey and his friend Colton return to an abandoned ghost town hidden deep within the wilderness of Rodney, Mississippi, a place notorious for its disturbing paranormal encounters. But this time, what they face goes far beyond the supernatural.
Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. The fuck is that? Shh. There's a fucking fire up there. There's somebody up there, bro. Hold on. Here, hold this for a second. Wait, bro, hold this for a second. I'm gonna turn on the night vision. Wait. I'm gonna be out here right now.
After trekking through the dense forest for what feels like hours, the sun finally dips below the horizon, and darkness consumes the woods. Then, off in the distance, they see something. A campfire. They quickly raise their night vision binoculars for a closer look. What they see sends a chill down their spines.
There's somebody there. Why are we going towards it? Bro. Get down. Oh, he turned the fire off. Oh my god. Dude, it's going. Wait. This way. No, cut the camera. Let's go.
Through Colton's binoculars, they spot a man holding an axe, and the moment the man notices them, he extinguishes the fire and stares directly in their direction, as if he can see straight through the pitch-black forest.
We just saw someone in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere.
Flat the out.
And
I did not sign up for this at all.
And I think that they're following us. Every time we go about 100 yards, we hear branches and breaking behind us.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get cut up by some backwoods hillbilly dude.
I think we might be coming up on the town now, but there's definitely someone out here following us, so we need to move.
Totally shaken and fearing they might be followed, they decide to push on toward the ghost town. They've come too far to turn back now. But little do they know, this won't be their last encounter tonight.
I think we're coming up, though. Mine's dying, too.
Wait.
Get down. There's else up there. Someone just ran across this street.
Where are we supposed to go then?
Shh, I hear something. Wait. We need to move. Dude, let's go left. Let's go right. Let's go this way.
As they reach the outskirts of the abandoned town, they catch a glimpse of a figure darting behind the buildings. Their worst suspicions are confirmed. They're not alone. It's as if they become prey, surrounded by something or someone lurking in the shadows. With nerves frayed and adrenaline surging, they seek refuge in the one place they remember from their last visit, the church, a place that once pulsed with paranormal energy.
Dude, I keep hearing shit outside too. Bro, what the is going on?
Dude, I don't know. I honestly just want to sit in the corner with my back up against the wall.
I don't want to be here very long. Don't want to be here.
No, bro. Let's just get this figured out. Go for it. Whew. Never in my life did I think I would be in here.
This is the real deal, bro. This is the real deal. These are the altars, man.
No way. Be hella careful.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. What's up?
Nothing.
Inside, they try to calm themselves and begin setting up their ghost hunting equipment. But something doesn't feel right. This time, the fear of the living might be greater than anything supernatural.
Can you please give us a message through one of these devices? You can say something through this. You can say something through this. Give us a message.
Oh! Man, hold on.
What the f was that? I've never heard anything like that in my life.
Dude, that was way more than
We need to find our way back to the car, like now.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get out of here.
I don't even know where.
We gotta go back that way in the woods.
Suddenly, the entire building begins to shake. The walls tremble violently, as if an earthquake has struck. Panic sets in. What are the chances of something like this happening right now? They've had enough. The decision is made. It's time to leave.
No. Hey, what the f? Hey, hold on. This is definitely the way we came, right?
100%.
This is the only way?
This is the only way, yeah.
Pull up a little bit, get closer, so I can see what's going on.
It's gonna f our tires up, dude.
Yeah, alright, I'll move them.
Get back in.
Bro, I think there's someone back there.
No, don't say that.
Lock the door, lock the door.
After what feels like an endless journey back through the pitch-black wilderness, they finally reach their car. They start to drive off, only to be met with another obstacle. A massive tree is blocking the road. With no other choice, they step out of the car to move it. That's when Colton sees something, a figure, moving in the distance. He grabs the night vision binoculars again and looks out.
What do you see?
Oh, I'm trying to see. It's hard to see.
Like how
Yeah,
far
there's
away?
someone back there.
How far away?
Oh, he's running, bro. Drive. Hold.
Then, the figure starts running. They jump back in the car and speed off, leaving the stranger behind, swallowed by the darkness of the forest. But even as they escape, that eerie feeling stays with them, a sense that something followed them out of those woods, and never truly let go. And meet Haley, a daring YouTuber you might know from her channel, The Abandoned Camper. True to her channel's name, Haley ventures into some of the most remote and often eerie locations to camp alone, sometimes in stealth campsites, other times in her trusty tent or hammock. Today is July the 15th, 2022. Haley is setting out on what should be a peaceful solo trip in the wilderness, It's a warm, sunny day as she hikes through dense woods, breathing in the calmness of nature. After about an hour of trekking, she finds a beautiful spot that feels perfect for spending the night.
This looks like a good spot for where I am. I might just sleep on the ground again tonight. I brought a hammock, but I don't see any spots good enough for a tree.
As the sun dips below the trees, casting long shadows across the forest floor, Haley decides to explore a bit more. She knows there's an abandoned cemetery about a 15-minute walk away. Intrigued, she decides to check it out before night fully sets in.
This is an active cemetery, but there is a part of it that is abandoned. Those dogs are barking at me. I'm probably the only one that's here at this time.
But little does she know, she's not the only one out in the forest tonight. Not long after arriving at the cemetery, Haley notices a group of young boys lingering around the graves. Hoping to avoid any encounter, she quietly tries to slip away, but she senses they may have spotted her. Cautiously, she makes her way back toward her campsite.
So if you can't tell, it's pretty dark here right now, but there are kids here, like young kids in the cemetery. And I'm wondering how active this place actually is. Do people come here at night and kind of party in the forest or something? Anyways, I'm heading back to my spot. So I think I'll finish my exploring tomorrow morning. And because there seems to be still a lot of stuff here. See? Hear them? I think they know I'm here. That's not good. Fuck.
Just as she's moving along the trail, loud taunting screams pierce the stillness of the forest. The boys are deliberately trying to scare her, making her feel even more on edge.
Keep this recording. Just in case. But I'm also gonna stop and find out what they're doing, if they're actually watching me or not.
Not wanting to be seen, Haley switches off her flashlight and stands still, hoping to remain hidden. But as she listens closely, a chilling realization sets in. The boys seem to be actively searching the area, as if determined to track her down. Deciding it's best to move quickly, Haley picks up her pace, heading back to her camp, trying to put as much distance as possible between her and the boys. She finally reaches her campsite and, with a sigh of relief, sets up a small fire, hoping the warmth and light will bring her some comfort. As she prepares a simple meal, the familiar calm of the forest seems to settle back around her. For a brief moment, she begins to relax, but the peace doesn't last long.
Just had to put out the fire because there are people walking around back here. They don't have headlamps on, but like I said in my last video, I do not like being around people in the middle of the forest, especially when it's dark out. So I might pack up and get out of here when I think the coast is clear.
As Haley quietly sits by the fire, she hears faint footsteps, slow, deliberate, moving just beyond the tree line. Her heart races. Could it be the boys? If so, they would have had to follow her all the way from the cemetery. A deeply unsettling thought. Haley decides to stay still and listen, hoping whoever it is will pass by. But as the sounds continue, growing ever closer, her sense of dread deepens. It becomes painfully clear. She's not alone.
There's still people here. I can barely hear their voices, but they're like way off in the distance.
With no way of knowing their intentions, Haley makes the tough decision to pack up and leave. Disappointed but prioritizing her safety, she quickly gathers her gear. As she walks away into the darkness, she can't shake the feeling that her instincts were right. Something about tonight wasn't safe. Taking one last look back at the dark, silent forest, Haley makes a silent vow to always trust her gut. And with that, she leaves the forest behind. It's January 16th, 2024, Sam from the YouTube channel The Northwest Wind is known for his stealth camping and outdoor adventures, but this time, his experience in the Cleveland, Ohio woods turns into a terrifying ordeal he'll never forget. As usual, Sam starts off by hiking through the woods, scouting for a spot to set up camp for the night.
I think we're gonna call this home for the evening. Looks pretty dry, well, relatively. What do you know? This looks like a tent or a tarp. That kind of sketches me out. So that's the remains of a tent and a tarp. That means somebody's camped back here before?
He finds a place that looks promising, until he notices a weathered, abandoned tent lying eerily close by. Shrugging off the strange find, he decides to set up camp anyway, but he can't quite shake a sense of unease.
Perfectly nice and stealthy. Like I said, I still have to fix the fly a little bit, strengthen the angles of everything, but I wanted to just get everything set up, and I'll go ahead and do that here in a bit. Nice stealthy color. I know there's no foliage right now, so like I said, I'm gonna tuck that probably up against this tree flat, and I'll put the pelly case inside of it, so it'll be behind the tree, so anyone that walks up over along here, I'm pretty far back off the trails, at least the main trail, but anyone that comes back here probably will not see me from afar, especially once there's foliage and whatnot. This thing is very, very stealthy.
Once his camp is ready, Sam starts cooking, but a strange feeling begins to set in. The atmosphere feels off, heavier than usual.
I don't know what it is here, but I keep feeling like somebody's watching me, and it's like very, very strong feeling, like hair on the back of my neck standing up. I don't know. I just keep feeling like I'm being watched or something, though. I don't know. There are people around for sure. It's a very public park area, but I'm off the main trails by a ways. It's also very dead back here and foggy too. I don't know if the camera picks up the fog, but there's fog rolling in like everywhere. It's just kind of creepy, I guess, but...
Brushing it off as just the eerie mist rolling in, Sam continues with his meal, but as night falls, the feeling only deepens.
It's getting dark. Gonna be fully dark here in about 10 minutes or so. Somebody just walked by. I don't know if they had a dog or not, but they definitely didn't see me, but I could barely see them. The tent does not sit high at all. I've been sitting on my pelly case. This was while I was eating, just finishing up eating. I don't know why, I'm just spooked. I haven't been saying that, but I've been spooked since I got here. I keep feeling like somebody's watching me. And then seeing that person. I know it's a public park, but still. Take that in here.
As the unsettling sensation of being watched lingers, Sam catches a glimpse of someone walking nearby. Though it seems the person hasn't noticed him, the sight only worsens his nerves. Trying to calm himself, Sam lies down in his tent, but that's when the real terror begins.
Buddy, hang on. I don't know if they can see it or not through the tent. I don't think so. I'm leaning right up against the light, but somebody's walking around out there very close to the tent. Somebody's out there. I don't know if they're coming this way or just walking around out there. I can't tell. Somebody's definitely walking around out there, though. Hang on. I don't want to leave the light on in case they could see in here. I think the fly is thick enough that they can't see the light, but still, I'm leaning right up against the lantern, so you can only just barely see my face.
Suddenly, he hears footsteps approaching his tent. With his light dimmed, Sam waits in silence, hoping they'll pass. But the footsteps don't fade. They circle closer.
They're getting closer. Hang on. Hang on. want you to be able to see as much as possible, but I'm not gonna turn on the lantern again. I have my headlamp in my pocket too. They're really close now. They're like, listen. I don't like this at all. I'm spooked. Hello? Hello?
Panicking, Sam calls out to whoever is outside, letting them know he's in the tent. No response. The silence only intensifies his fear. It becomes clear there are at least 2 people outside.
I can barely hear them talking. They're whispering. I think there's 2 people. Hello? I think there's 2 of them. They're coming closer to the tent. They have to know that I'm in here. I'm gonna try and just be silent. Hang on. They're walking around outside in circles. Hello? Hello? All right, I don't like this. Hello? Hello? They're touching my tent. Stop. They're right outside the tent. Hello, I'm in here. Hello? 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 Alright, I'm getting the f out of here. Hello? Hello? I don't know what the f this is, but we're getting out of here. Hang on. Hello? Okay, they're walking away now. What do you want? What do you want? I have a knife. Where's my knife? They're f***ing with me. They're f***ing with me here. Holy crap, get away, what do you want? Hello, I can't see you. Hello? All right, I'm getting out of here. We're getting the hell out of here. Hello? What do you want? Say something, I see you. They collapsed my tent on me. I don't know which way they went. I think they went this way. I see you. Get away!
Gathering his courage, Sam unzips his tent to look, but the forest is pitch black, making it nearly impossible to see. Sam shouts that he has a knife, hoping to scare them off.
All right, I'm spooked. I don't like this. Get my headlamp on and we're getting out of here right now. They're just standing there. They're just standing there. What do you want? Leave me alone! They went over that way. I can't see them now. I know you're there. I see you. They collapsed my tent on me and pulled the fly off while I was still in there. It smells like someone's smoking a cigarette too. I smell your cigarette. I smell your cigarette. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. I have a knife. I smell your cigarette. All right, I'm officially like tweaking now. I'm like, all right, we're just gonna get out of here. We're just gonna get out of here. I'll come back for this crap later. Do I have my phone? I'm gonna call 911 if you come near me. Should I just call the police now or do I just go? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm scared to go in any direction. I don't know where to go. I'm scared to go in any direction. I smell your cigarette. Is the camera on? The camera's on. I'm recording all of this.
Overcome with fear, Sam decides to abandon everything and sprint blindly through the woods, desperate to escape.
They're moving again. I don't know. I'm getting out of here. We're going. I'll come back for this some other time. All right, let's get the hell out of here. They're coming behind me. I don't know what they're doing. They could just be around. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. They're at my campsite. I see them. I see you reflecting off my tent. Leave my shit alone. All right, I'm getting out of here. You can have it.
Heart pounding, he runs. But when he looks back, he sees the two figures standing by his abandoned tent. He shouts again to scare them away, but they remain unfazed.
He's following me. One of them. Okay, here's a trail of some kind. I just ate. I'm soaked. I'm toast. Okay, oh, they're coming. Leave me alone! Okay.
Realizing he's being chased, Sam races deeper into the forest, stumbling multiple times as he frantically tries to flee. It feels like a nightmare as he struggles to find his way.
Jesus Christ. They were pulling on my tent. They ripped the fly off. That's when I sat up, then they scurried. Okay, I'm back in the field now. I don't see anybody. I'd be able to see them. Hang on, is this still recording? Is it still recording? Is it still recording? Right at the edge of the wood line. It's about 150 yards away. Hang on. You see that? I see you! I can see you! Oh, it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. All right, let's get the out of here. I don't know if they're like after me or something, or what the happening. We're getting the here. It's getting bigger. They're coming this way. Holy I don't like this. I'm calling the police!
Glancing back, he spots the figures still following him. Summoning every last bit of strength, Sam sprints toward his car, heart hammering in his chest, desperate to reach safety.
There's another car here. Okay. This is okay. All right, we're getting out of here. All right, lock my doors. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm soaked. Where's my phone? Everything's muddy, disgusting. My knee, I'm soaked. I gotta go home. All right, let's drive out of here. I'll record again in a minute. We made it out though. My gear is still back there. My tent, my dry bag, sleeping pad. I don't see anybody coming or anything. I don't know what the f they're doing back there. And they were messing with my tent and throwing stuff at the tent, walking around it in circles and stuff.
Finally, he reaches his car, safe, but still in total shock. In the parking lot, he notices another vehicle, possibly belonging to those who stalked him. Without wasting a second, he drives off, still trying to process the terrifying ordeal he just survived. The next morning, Sam returns to the forest to retrieve his gear. He finds it wet, trampled, and damaged. The eerie sight only solidifies the horror of his experience. As he gathers his belongings and leaves the forest behind, one haunting question remains. Who were the mysterious stalkers lurking in the woods that night? And what were they planning? This chilling mystery may remain forever unsolved, leaving us with unsettling questions about what truly happened in the dark woods of Cleveland. Brennan, known for his YouTube channel Uncharted Travel, takes us on another thrilling solo adventure. This time, he's venturing deep into the wilderness to explore an abandoned prison hidden in the remote corners of Canada. Forgotten by time, and perhaps for good reason, this prison holds secrets that were never meant to be uncovered. It's April 24th, 2020. After a grueling 2-hour hike through dense forest, Brennan finally arrives at the crumbling remains of the prison. Its decaying walls and unsettling silence paint a haunting picture of isolation. He sets up camp for the night, unaware that what lies ahead will push his courage to its limits. Even in the daylight, something feels off. Brennan can't shake the sense that he's being watched. The sound of dripping water echoes eerily through the empty halls, mimicking footsteps, as if someone, or something, is moving inside with him. But this is only the beginning. As the sun begins to set, Brennan decides to explore deeper into the prison. The air is thick with tension. While walking down a long, abandoned hallway, a sudden noise grabs his attention.
There's something at the end of the hallway that keeps making noise. Where it came from, this room at the end. Maybe it's just my imagination. Oh, what a beautiful sight to behold.
A scratching sound, like footsteps. The sound grows louder with each step he takes toward it. And then, silence. No one is there, or at least, no one he can see. Could someone be hiding in the shadows? The prison is miles from any sign of life, and yet it feels far from empty. With unease building, Brennan retreats to his tent, hoping to rest. But the real horror is just beginning.
I keep hearing something outside. Sounds like it's in the corridor, one of the corridors. Maybe an animal, I don't know. Of course now it's... Did you hear that? I hope that mic picked that up.
Just as he's starting to settle down for the night, the sounds return. This time, they're outside his tent. Footsteps, scratching, circling. Something or someone is out there. Brennan's heart pounds as he steps outside to confront the unknown. But there's nothing. Only the maddening sound of water dripping in the darkness.
Okay, let me get my shoes on. We're checking this out. We had Fox earlier, so maybe it was one of his buddies. It sounded literally just out in this hallway.
Is his mind playing tricks on him? Or is there truly something out there? With no option to hike back in total darkness, Brennan prepares for a sleepless night.
And this place makes so much noise, like when you can't discern raindrops from wind, from animals, from scratches, from whatever. It messes with your mind, man. It's so hard to sleep here. But I'm gonna try. It's really late and I'm really tired.
The forest is alive with strange noises. And then, the howling begins.
Holy, there's a coyote outside. Right outside my tent. Hey buddy, you want to leave me alone? It's gonna be a long night. I just want to go to sleep. Go away. Go away.
coyotes. A pack of them, drawn to his campsite, now surround him. Brennan's fear skyrockets. The cold night air is filled with their howls. He realizes he's not alone, and this is their territory now. He's left with one choice. Wait. Coyotes are intelligent hunters, and their presence sends a clear message. Knife in hand, Brennan braces himself, lying wide awake inside his tent, hoping they don't come any closer. Finally, after hours of tension and terror, the howls begin to fade into the distance. The animals leave, but sleep never comes. Brennan survives the night, but the memory of it will haunt him forever. For this story, we're going to Belgium, where the YouTuber Kaz and his 2 friends explore an abandoned campsite. But before they even get there, something shocking happens. On December 29th, 2023, the YouTubers arrived at the forest where they planned to make their way to the abandoned campsite. As soon as they stepped out of the car, they heard dogs barking. The sound echoed from deep within the woods. Upon reaching the entrance of the forest, they spotted a tree blocking the path. On it, a message was written. Private. This is a space of prayer. Please respect the space. Behind the tree, another sign read, Beware, Watchdog. Kaz noted that he hadn't seen these signs the last time he visited. However, this didn't stop them. They stepped over the tree stump and proceeded further into the forest. As they ventured deeper, they heard a strange noise, described as the creaking of a door opening.
Ja, hoort je het? Die deur, die wint niet. Ik hoorde zo...
Nee, dat was een beest.
Zeker?
Ja.
Oh,
nee.
Waar is dat?
Dat was een deur.
Dat is een deur, hè?
Hallo?
Ik heb de wind ook gaan, ja.
Schijnen zo.
Oh.
Maak ik ook voetstap.
Ik hoor van alles hier. Dit is zo fucking eng. Oh. Maat.
Hallo? Mogen wij hier binnenkomen?
Concerned about trespassing, the YouTubers decided to find another entry point. They walked a little further to locate a walking path, ensuring they weren't entering private property. Not long after, they encountered another tree, this one marked off with red and white tape. A sign warned, no access, private area with camera surveillance. Yet again, this did not deter them. They climbed over the tree and pressed forward, unaware of the terror awaiting them.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh. Dat is toch niet mijn auto of zo, hè? Hier wordt letterlijk iemand gemarteld in dat bos. Dit is heel fucked. Daar is geen licht, kijk. Daar is geen licht. Dit is heel fucked. Wat? Kom gewoon verder. Stel je voor, dat was mijn auto. What the fuck is dit, kerel? Die zit er ook uit. Ja, als ik kom. Ik zie ze. Zit daar een lampje. Zo licht. Ja, die komt naar hier. Kom naar hier. Kom naar hier. Blijf gewoon hier. Lamp aan of niet? Hallo? 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 What the fuck? What the fuck? Hey!
When pausing the video at a certain moment, a chilling sight is revealed. A woman in a white robe, gripping an axe, fast walking toward the YouTubers. Panic set in, and the 3 friends scattered in the darkness, losing each other in the dense forest. But the nightmare was far from over.
What the fuck is dit? Ja, hoi. Hallo? Hallo? Je moet nu naar hier komen. Ja, we zitten hier in een bos in de Centerlo. We zijn hier in een bos en dat is een verlaten bungalowpark. En ineens komt er een man met een mes of zoiets op ons af. We zijn er met 3. En ik hoorde ook kloppen. Ik denk dat mijn auto kapot is geslagen. En we zijn vies aan het lopen. Zijn jurissen. Kom alsjeblieft heel snel.
When the police arrived at the scene, Kaz emerged from the dark forest. Moments later, the mysterious woman appeared as well.
Ja, is goed. Ja. Ja. Dat is die. Dat is die.
Mevrouw, het is de laatste keer. Hier blijven.
Maar wat is het?
Je gaat hier blijven.
Ofwel moet ik mee met mijn vrouw mee, ofwel moet ik hier blijven.
Ja, goed. Vanaf nu luisteren naar mij.
Nee, ik ga niet luisteren.
Hé! Beetje respect hebben voor de kleren, ja?
Dat is geen respect hebben voor mij. Nee, dat gaan we niet doen.
Mevrouw?
Nee, dat gaan we niet doen. Dat gaan we niet doen. Nee!
Oké, gedaan. Nu is het gedaan, ja? Pak die lamp. Pak die lamp. Pak die lamp.
Wacht. Deze collega, die moet laten zien.
It took 6 officers to restrain her. The woman, visibly confused, was taken into police custody while the 3 YouTubers went straight home. They later described the experience as a trauma for life. Fortunately, they escaped unharmed, but the terror of that night will haunt them forever. Tonight, we follow Angelo, a popular YouTuber from the channel Exploring with Angelo, as he embarks on his latest adventure, alone, deep in the heart of a notorious satanic cult forest. Angelo is no stranger to haunted locations, but tonight will test him in ways he never expected.
Actually back at the satanic cult forest. We were here, I want to say about 2 weeks ago, roughly, maybe not even. But when we were here, we actually discovered something, proof that there is some sort of cult coming through here. A lot of locals, like I've explained before, have been telling us stories of seeing weird people coming in and out of the woods here late at night, sometimes even during the day.
He's been here before. He knows about the strange and disturbing activity that plagues this place. But this time, he's pushing the limits, bringing along a Ouija board to try and make contact with whatever lurks in these woods. He's completely alone, setting the stage for a night that will soon take a terrifying turn. Late in the evening, Angelo arrives at the edge of the forest. With every step deeper into the darkness, an unsettling feeling grows stronger.
I don't know how that battery died that fast. That was odd. Seems to be getting battery drained from something, which to be honest doesn't happen very often with this particular camera. I could have sworn for a second I just saw something move. Happens a lot here. A lot of almost like shadow figure type of things. I don't know what the hell is lurking in here, but I think there's some evil shit.
He finds a clearing, sets up his tent, and tries to settle in. But it's not long before the investigation begins. With his spirit box turned on and the Ouija board ready, Angelo begins searching for answers. But the peace doesn't last.
So when you're doing this alone, sometimes it does take a little bit longer. Sometimes not, sometimes it does. It's usually easier with 2 people, but unfortunately we ain't got 2 people. And even if I invited Brad, he probably wouldn't do this with me. There's no freaking way. It's called a Ouija board. Just heard something move outside the tent. Is there somebody outside the tent? Yes or no? Shit. Why does it keep going at 0? And it also sounds like something just walked up to the front of the tent. What the fuck? What is that? There's something out there.
Like.
Okay, I'm gonna end the session for a second, okay? I'm closing off the session.
Suddenly, he feels a presence outside the tent, like something or someone is lurking just beyond the trees. Grabbing his knife, Angelo braces himself for the worst.
I stopped. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Well, that was weird. It literally walked as it walked. It literally sounded as if...
Stacy.
What the f was that? Nope, no. That's... I don't know what the hell that was.
Then, a chilling, bizarre sound echoes through the woods, something he's never heard before. Hoping to make contact with the unseen presence, he tries the Ouija board again.
Alright, I'm opening up this communication chain with you again.
Sickness took me.
Oh my... Okay, what is that? What keeps doing that? I'm telling you right now, something is out here.
Zachary.
Then he ventures outside, flashlight cutting through the thick darkness, searching for the source of the noise. But the forest offers no answers, only silence. Spooked, Angelo retreats back to his tent, trying to calm his nerves. He puts the Ouija board away and turns to his phone, hoping to shake the eerie feeling that refuses to let go. But when he activates the Spirit Talker app, things take a darker turn.
Outside this tent right now. It almost sounded like something was moving out there. Am I gonna see something if I open this door? Is it gonna show itself to me? Yeah. Oh, what the f***? That was that sound again. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, shit. What was that?
Suddenly, another sound, loud, close, freezes him in place. His flashlight is the only thing keeping the darkness at bay, and he knows he can't ignore it any longer. Summoning his courage, Angelo steps outside one final time, determined to confront whatever's out there.
Whoa. There's nothing here. Nothing here, no one here. Okay, I'm gonna pack up this tent real quick and get the f out of here.
Again, nothing. The woods are eerily silent, as if hiding something just out of reach. Finally, Angelo decides it's not worth the risk. He chooses safety over answers.
Crap. I'm telling you, dude, the sounds we were hearing tonight, unbelievable. I don't know what the hell that was. I don't think I've ever caught anything like that on camera before. Okay, looks like we're almost in the clear. Oh, I'm panicking. Oh, I'm almost panicking. Oh, man. Do not use the Ouija board here. Oh, that was a really bad idea. Okay. I just heard something. Something made a sound in my ear. What the f? What the f? What the f? What the f was that? Nope. Let's just go. Let's just go. There's the exit. Holy crap.
He quickly packs up and flees the forest, racing back to the safety of his car. Whatever was out there, Angelo is glad he didn't find out. What do you think was stalking him that night? An animal? A restless spirit? Or something far more sinister? Let me know in the comments below. It's November 2023, a cold winter day. Renowned horror expedition leader Dan Dixon, known from his YouTube channel, Exploring with Fighters, sets out to explore witch gallows in Germany's infamous Black Forest. Dan, whose channel revolves around his adventurous nature and desire to share his experiences, is no stranger to the paranormal. Having explored numerous haunted locations, his audience eagerly anticipates this chilling expedition. The Black Forest's dark reputation is rooted in history, where those accused of witchcraft met a horrifying fate at the witch gallows.
Okay guys, you catch me right outside the hanging gallows. So there's been 15 documented hangings of witches here in the Black Forest. Now that's only documented, we don't know the actual number, but we do know that 2 of them are buried right next to this gallows. So in good old fashioned Black Forest camping, we are going to pitch up the tent right underneath this gallows. We really don't know what to expect here, especially camping right below where numerous witches were hung. These were people who were thought to have been witches. We don't know the full facts.
Tonight, Dan isn't alone. He's joined by his good friends, Carl and James. They find the perfect spot to set up camp, right beside the infamous gallows. As the fire crackles and dinner is prepared, they share ghost stories, unaware that their own terrifying tale is about to unfold. As night falls, the group ventures into the darkness, their spirit talker in hand, ready to communicate with whatever lingers in these woods.
Could you give us a sign?
Whoa, what the fuck was that? Are you fucking kidding me? Something just went off. When you say, could you give us a sign?
Yeah, wait a minute. Shh. Yeah, wait here. What the fuck? You got the flux down?
No. I don't have the flux. I have it in my hand.
So what was that then?
I don't know.
A clear, unmistakable sound echoes, a sign that something wants to make itself known. But as they push further into the forest, an eerie silence takes over, leaving them with more questions than answers.
Sorry about this, man. Oh. I'm ready.
Hey. No. That car sounded like it was stopping.
Well, we have nothing going on anymore, so...
Whoa!
What the fuck
what
was
the
that?
fucking hell was that?
I thought it was the wind, I don't know.
Dude, it's like someone just...
I know.
Did you feel that?
What the fuck was that?
I don't know, it's like someone just fucking kicked us on, like, through the tent.
I know. Did anyone record that?
Yeah, I'm recording.
I'm recording and shit.
I was just falling asleep.
That means you got it. You probably got the wind kick and then your reaction.
There was someone fucking pulling the tent out.
That's what it looked like. The whole tent got pushed.
Yeah. Dude, I felt it in my foot. It was like someone kicked it.
No, I know.
Later that night, noises emerge from outside the tent, followed by the chilling sensation of something brushing against the fabric.
That's
what I mean.
There's someone running the finger across the fucking thing.
Right, get out of the tent. Fucking hell, what is that?
Someone's running the finger. Hello? Oh my god.
Right, I'm getting out.
No, wait a minute. Someone ran the finger across it. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's different from the wind. The finger thing, look, you can see it like, whoosh, and you can hear the sound.
You can hear the sound.
Yeah, it feels different from the wind blowing.
See, look, it stopped. Oh, shh.
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck? Is that someone's dog?
I don't know.
Okay, someone's outside. Dude, the fingers ran across. That again, third time you heard it, and then the.
Hello?
Dude, someone's outside. I know. Open the fucking tent. Oh. Open the tent. Open the tent.
Fucking wind, bro. That's someone banging on the fucking tent.
Come on, open it.
Shut. There's no one here.
Douglas, what was that fucking noise? Carl, calm down. You've stood all in the fire. Oh shit.
Dude, there's no one here.
Oh shit.
With their hearts pounding, they muster the courage to unzip the tent and investigate, but there's no one in sight. The silence is deafening, and the feeling of being watched is inescapable.
I'd happily sleep here. I would happily sleep here.
The dog thing freaks me out, and I feel like now someone's gonna roll up on us at night.
What the fuck? Shh.
I feel like there's someone there.
Let's pack up.
Yeah. It's not safe. Should we go down now? See if someone's there first? No. Let's get all the expensive shit in the car. Okay. Come on.
With nerves frayed and fear setting in, they hurriedly pack up, desperate to leave the haunted forest behind. But one question lingers: who or what was haunting them that night? Was it just a trickster lurking in the shadows? Or did they truly come face to face with something supernatural, just as the legends suggest?
There's someone running the finger across the fucking thing.
I didn't realize it at the time.
Someone's running the finger. Hello?
Yeah, and then check this out.
Fingers across the tip.
Fuck, is that someone's...
Comes round us now.
Okay, it goes all the way around.
Oh my god.
And then a music box goes on. Someone was literally doing it. It was a freaking witch.
Meet Jay from the YouTube channel Visually Creeped. By subscribing to Jay's channel, you can join him on thrilling adventures as he explores haunted locations and other eerie places most people wouldn't dare to visit. Tonight, we're tagging along as Jay ventures deep into a haunted trail.
You guys remember the story that I was talking about in my last video. On this main trail, this married couple told me that they were walking this trail, and there is a legend of a spirit lady who, I guess, cries for her baby. She lost her baby. There's really not too much online about it. It's more like a legend. But when they were walking down this trail, and she got pulled by her hair and thrown down on the ground. That's on this trail right here. They will not come back to this place, so that's what kind of ignited this curiosity. I'm like, oh, I'll go walk through it. Might be a stupid decision at the end of the day.
As he pushes further into the dark woods, the atmosphere grows heavier.
You guys are not really gonna like see me use any type of equipment in here. I'm just more exploring, seeing if we see anything, and to challenge myself, because being in the woods at night is kind of spooky. Alright, give me a second, I gotta switch hands.
Just when Jay starts to think everything is fine, something yanks his backpack with tremendous force.
So far, nothing. Nothing's pulling my hair or anything like that. Oh my God! What the? I just dropped it. Something pulled my bag. Yo, something pulled my bag. I was right here. My camera just dropped right there. Hold on. I just fell. Something pulled my bag. I don't know. Turn it up. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm freaking out right now. Hold on. I'm freaking out right now. Something pulled my backpack. I fell. I think there's nothing. There's no trees or nothing. Hold on. Hold on. All my settings are... There's nothing around me that did there. I was on the... Oh God, give me a second. Fuck. There is nobody around here. There's nothing that could have done that. Look at. There is nothing. There's nothing my bait could have got caught on in there. There's nothing. And what's crazy, which way do I go? I think I go this way. Oh, dude, I don't even know. I was literally saying, I don't want to say it right now because I'm afraid. I'm not gonna, I'm afraid. I was seriously talking about nothing has pulled me yet. Hello? It happened right here. It legit felt like somebody grabbed the back of my bag and like yanked it, like yanked it. I fell backwards, like it took me off my feet. Maybe that's... I hate being this scared. I'm actually scared. I'm heading out, guys. Like I'm heading out, like I'm...
Now, his only chance is to make it back to his car before he crosses paths with the woman in the woods. This terrifying footage was captured by Owen, a YouTuber you might recognize from his channel Exploring with Owen. At just 18 years old, Owen has a passion for seeking out the unknown and unexplained. He recently launched his channel to document solo explorations of haunted locations, sometimes with friends, but this time he ventured out completely alone, a decision that, in hindsight, may not have been the wisest. It was November 9th, 2024, a cold winter evening. But the freezing temperatures didn't stop Owen from heading deep into a forest near his home for an overnight solo camp.
Tonight, I'm going to be camping overnight in the forest by myself. As you can see, I'm still packing my stuff. I have my clothing in here, I have an air mattress and a lantern in this backpack, and I've got my power bank charging right here. And over here, I have my tent and my blankets.
With his gear packed, Owen set off into the woods. Strange things began to happen almost immediately.
Alright guys, I just got dropped off with all my stuff, but I was walking just barely with my stuff and I heard a giant crash over there, over in that direction. It literally sounded like a tree falling over. I don't know what that was. I just really hope there's not people in this forest, because that actually scared me so bad. Into the woods we go.
Within just 5 minutes of entering the forest, Owen told his viewers he heard a loud crash, like a tree falling nearby. Despite the unsettling noise, he brushed off the unease and focused on finding a good spot to set up camp.
So this is going to be my home for the next 24 hours. I found this nice little flat area here, so I think it should be good for a tent setup.
After hiking for about 30 minutes, he found a flat patch of ground and began setting up his tent. Once inside, he showed his viewers the gear he had brought along.
Alright, we are now inside the tent, fully away from the mosquitoes. As you can see, I brought blankets, I brought a pillow. Over in this corner, we have some miscellaneous stuff like GoPro, camera bag, and the bag for the tent. And here, we've got my dinner. We've got spaghetti and meatballs, maple bacon baked beans, can opener for my beans. Now guys, I'm probably gonna inflate my air mattress and set up my bed. I just heard a stick snap. I'm not even kidding. They came from like over that way. I'm hoping that's just the wind. I literally think I just heard a gunshot. I don't know if that picked up on camera. I hope it did. Bro, I don't want this to be a scary video. It was just supposed to be solo camping. But anyways, what I was gonna say is that once I lay down and my weight disperses, it's just fine. But I'd like to mention, this is literally my first time tenting in the woods, and I'm also alone. The only time I've ever been tenting is like outside of my house, and it's been with friends. So this is really new to me, and I'm kind of nervous, I'm not gonna lie. I really hope I didn't.
But before he could settle in, he heard the snap of a twig right outside his tent. Moments later, a sound like a distant gunshot echoed through the forest. Although the gunshot wasn't caught on camera, it rattled Owen. Being his first time camping alone, the noises were starting to wear on his nerves. Still, trying to stay calm, he cooked dinner, watched a few YouTube videos, and eventually signed off from his vlog for the night. He got ready for bed, hoping for a peaceful night in the woods. But peace was the last thing he would get.
Currently 9:20, so actually like exactly an hour since the last update. I'm probably gonna just chill out, maybe watch some YouTube videos and then go to bed. So I'm probably gonna put the camera away, but I'll see you guys in the morning. I just woke up. It's like 2 a.m. and I just heard footsteps outside of the tent. Literally woke me up. It was so loud. They went away though. I don't know. I feel like I kind of want to go out and check, but I'm kind of scared too. I think we're gonna go out and check. I might just walk around and look at the area.
At around 2 a.m., Owen woke up in a panic. He heard footsteps circling his tent, slow, deliberate steps crunching the frozen leaves outside. Nervously, he put on his shoes and grabbed his flashlight to check the area.
Like over here. They sounded like it was right here. My tent is right there. I don't know, man. This is really scary alone. Alright, since I figured out there's nothing out here, I'm just gonna go back in.
Stepping out, he scanned the darkness, his light cutting through the trees. But there was no one in sight. Shaken, he returned to the tent, hoping it was just his imagination. He tried once again to settle in for the night, but then it happened again.
Hello?
This time, the footsteps were caught clearly on camera, pacing around the tent. Owen called out into the darkness, stepping outside once more with courage. But again, no response, no movement, nothing.
I'm not sleeping here. I am not sleeping here. I'm shaking so bad. I'm packing my stuff and I'm getting out of here. I legit forgot I was recording that. I'm shaking so bad. Look at my hand. Look at my hand. Am I still recording? Okay, I am. I literally heard footsteps come from that way and go all the way around my tent. I said hello and no response. That was really weird. It sounded like a human, so I am getting out of here. Making sure I'm not leaving anything valuable. I'm gonna put the camera away because I'm gonna bike out of here very fast.
Feeling deeply unsettled and convinced that someone, or something, was out there, Owen made the difficult decision to pack up in the middle of the night. He prioritized safety over confrontation and quickly gathered his things. Fortunately, Owen made it out safely. In a video posted later, he admitted that he wasn't sure he'd ever attempt a solo camping trip again. Tom's Trails, a YouTube channel known for its outdoor adventures, documented a chilling experience on March 9th, 2025. In his latest video, Tom embarked on his first ever bivvy wild camp, venturing deep into the woods with his friend Matt. Excited yet apprehensive, he was eager to spend a night under the stars with minimal gear. However, what began as a simple outdoor adventure quickly took a disturbing turn. Tom had long wanted to camp in these particular woods, and the conditions seemed ideal. A cool but comfortable 8 degrees Celsius, clear skies, and little to no chance of rain. As he set up camp, an unshakable nervous energy settled over him. Dismissing it as first-time jitters, he focused on getting settled. The two friends laid out their bivvy bags and prepared a meal over a small fire. The forest was eerily silent, save for the occasional rustling of leaves and distant animal calls, reassuring reminders that they weren't completely alone. After eating, they sat by the fire, enjoying the serenity of nature. Everything seemed peaceful until the atmosphere shifted. As the night deepened, Tom was overcome by an unsettling sensation, a feeling of being watched.
There's been some activity. There's been some like deers and foxes running around. One got really close and then bolted and heard me move. been a lot of stuff going on, but it's not been like scary. It's been quite nice and relaxing. It's been crazy warm as well.
The wind had died down, and the usual nighttime sounds of the forest had faded into an eerie stillness. He tried to brush off his unease as paranoia, but then the noises began. At first, they were faint, almost imperceptible against the crackling fire. But soon, distinct sounds echoed through the trees, deliberate rhythmic noises. Twigs snapped in a steady pattern as if someone, or something, was pacing just beyond sight. Tom and Matt exchanged uneasy glances, straining their ears to make sense of the sounds. They weren't the typical creaks and snaps of a settling forest. They had a pattern, an intent. Every time they thought the noises had ceased, another twig would break, closer than before. Tom tried to rationalize it, telling himself it was just an animal, maybe a deer passing through. But something felt wrong. Deer are skittish, quick to flee at any sign of danger. This, however, was different. Whatever was out there wasn't fleeing. It was approaching, watching, testing them. As Tom lay awake, every tiny rustle sent a fresh wave of unease through him. Just as he began to drift into an uneasy sleep, a new sound emerged, much closer this time. A soft but distinct rustling near their camp. He held his breath, listening intently. Before he could react, something brushed against his bivy bag. It wasn't the wind, and it wasn't his imagination. Something, or someone, was right there. Then, the sound of footsteps. Slow, deliberate, retreating into the darkness. Tom wanted to believe it was an animal, but animals don't behave like that. They don't approach with such intent, stand close enough to touch, and then disappear into the night. Whatever had been near their camp had purpose. It had observed, tested their presence, and left without a trace. The rest of the night was spent in restless silence. By morning, the woods appeared normal, as if nothing had happened, but Tom knew better. What was meant to be a simple bivy wild camp had turned into something far more disturbing. To this day, he doesn't know what was lurking in those woods that night, but one thing is certain. He won't be returning there anytime soon. This footage comes from the YouTube channel Johnny Paranormal. Tonight, Johnny is exploring Japan's infamous suicide forest, completely alone. While most people venture into the forest in groups, Johnny chooses to go solo, deep into the night between midnight and 3 a.m.
Oi, anything out there, it's your last chance. I'm heading out. Make a noise, let me know you're here, so I can say hello. At you.
What we're watching is the final episode in his 9-part series documenting his solo journey through this eerie forest. At first, he doesn't seem afraid, but the night is far from over. He pushes deeper into the woods, and I can't help but think, that's a long way to run if something goes wrong.
Off! Are you fucking kidding? Holy f***. Something just pulled my backpack. Off. Oh God.
Hold, Johnny, hold. Come down. Fucking.
A wave of nausea hits him, but he keeps moving forward into the darkness.
That's never happened to me before. How's this? That has never happened to me. Holy fuck. Look at my hand. Holy, oh God. All right, I was just walking along, back up there, and all I remember is like a fly or a bug or something just going zzz, and then something just yanked, like not too hard where I got pulled back or anything, but like just someone softly pulling like a sharp little pull back on my backpack. That's flight, and I am getting the fuck out of here right now.
Now, every few steps, he turns around, convinced he's being followed. Finally, he decides to head back. Spooked and on edge, he begins the long, unsettling trek back to his car. Meet Finn Brenton, the adventurer behind the popular YouTube channel Fanatic, where he shares his wild journeys from every corner of the globe. In this clip, Finn and his friend Jaquan take us along on a camping adventure in Massachusetts' Freetown State Forest, a place often called the world's most haunted forest. This eerie stretch of woods is infamous for satanic rituals, chilling tragedies, and countless documented crimes. It's September 2nd, 2023. Finn and Jaquan arrive at the forest, parking their car at a distant spot, since camping here is strictly forbidden, forcing them to set up their camp in secrecy. Although it's still daylight, an unsettling feeling hangs in the air as they're all too aware of the dark history lurking among these trees. As they pitch their tent, the sun begins to set, and the two friends decide to make some food, trying to keep things light with laughter, unaware of the horrifying night that awaits them.
This better be for you, because I'm not eating it.
By the way, we're living off peanut butter and jelly right now. I'm trying just to talk and have a bunch of light on because we're actually just terrified. So that's good. I also do not have a knife, so I am using this machete to spread the peanut butter.
Hopefully there's not no bear that attacks us, then he's just gonna want to eat us more.
Oh my god, if there was a bear, we would be absolutely screwed right now. I feel like that's like their favorite thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I completely forgot that there's bears out here.
Oh, wait, what?
We're not in Texas. There is like actual plenty of... What? You heard something?
Oh my
God, oh my God, did you just, did something just touch me? Shine the light that way, shine the actual big light that way.
Don't see anything. Don't see anything.
Oh my God, holy f. Maybe it was just like the tent rubbing up my back. No, dude, that's not what that was. There's no way.
The way you're straddling me, I know you're scared of me.
Look at my hands. I don't know if it's probably like the fact that we're out here and that's like tripping me out, but I swear when I turned right there, something like through the tent just like touched my back.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
There's no way. I like that's the only thing like keeping me okay right now. There's no way that's absolutely possible. Unless there's someone behind me right now and they're just listening to me talk about this. That's the only way that would be possible. Oh my God, dude, look at my hands. I can't stop shaking.
As they prepare their meal, strange things begin to happen, unsettling both of them. Too spooked to explore, they decide to stay huddled in their tent.
We're tripping out right now. We've heard a few things. One that I thought was a scream, but I'm now thinking it's a fox. Foxes kind of sound like that.
I don't think it was a fox.
Okay.
Then, from the depths of the dark forest, they hear chilling sounds, almost like a woman's scream, echoing through the trees. They try to rationalize it to calm themselves, but the unsettling scream lingers in their minds, gnawing at their nerves. Finn and Jacqueline decide to call it a night, hoping to sleep despite the tension. After lying awake most of the night in discomfort, they wait for dawn and attempt to distract themselves with breakfast as the sun rises. But the creepy noises persist.
What is making that sound?
It sounds like a Okay, it got a little bit creepier because now we have this on top, so you really cannot see out of the tent. Bro, why does it sound like someone is crying? I'm out. I don't know what to do because I'm not doing that. That'll forever be a no from me. Yeah, walking out of there took so unbelievably long. Oh, that night really tripped.
They reach their breaking point, exhausted and overwhelmed, and decide to pack up and leave the forest as fast as they can, deeply disturbed by their night in Freetown State Forest, vowing never to return. Josh is an adventurous YouTuber, known for his fun camping experiences with his wife on his channel, Camping with Josh. But on this trip, his adventure took a frightening turn. It's September 5th, 2024. Josh is hiking through a rainy, foggy stretch of England's oldest forests, searching for the perfect spot to set up camp. Excited for the night ahead, but unaware that this trip might be his eeriest yet. Josh eventually finds a spot to settle in for the night, but an eerie feeling washes over him, leaving him slightly uneasy. Shaking it off, he continues setting up his shelter and gathering wood for his campfire. As Josh prepares his firewood, with nightfall creeping in, strange noises emerge from the bushes nearby. Curious yet cautious, he decides to investigate the area to make sure everything is safe.
I'm just literally sat over there trimming the wood down, cutting it down how I like it. And I can just hear some mad movement going on in those bushes over there. I can't tell if it's like the rainfall just making quite a commotion, Or there may be rabbits or deers maybe walking through, or any dog walkers or whatever, I don't know. Bit spooky.
Finding no trace of danger, Josh convinces himself it was just his imagination and returns to his fire. But the night's mysteries were far from over. Heavy footsteps echo through the darkness, this time closer than before. Feeling unsafe, Josh decides to check the area once again.
I'm finding it really difficult. Do you know what I mean? You heard that. And it's really quiet. There should be birds singing. There was birds singing, and I've just noticed they've just stopped singing. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't they be singing? I'm finding it really difficult to focus. Lovely little spot. Lovely food to be cooked. A night under the stars.
Still unsure if the sounds were just rain or something more threatening, Josh's unease continues to grow, especially when the birds suddenly stop singing. He tries to shake off the feeling, convincing himself it's nothing, and carries on with his tasks. Josh does his best to stay calm, but the strange noises persist, and he catches glimpses of movement in the bushes.
I heard some really heavy movements in the bushes, and I'm pretty sure I saw something in the bushes as well. As I was standing still, there was this movement there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to leave my tarp here in the woods. My bag is already packed. I'm just going to grab what I can grab and come back here in the morning, and maybe just do a bit more talking with you there. So I think it's important to be real with you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna pack up. I guess I could take this tarp away, but I just don't really want to.
With the last light fading and shadows deepening, fear begins to outweigh curiosity. Deciding it's neither comfortable nor safe to stay, Josh makes the call to abandon his shelter before the woods are completely engulfed in darkness.
I apologise, it's not really the vibe I go by. I'm all about having fun, relaxing, and being peaceful, cooking good food. And
as he almost finishes packing, the strange sounds continue. Josh calls out, hoping it's just another hiker, or anything that would answer. But the silence that follows convinces him further. He needs to leave, now. Josh escapes the woods unscathed, but with an unsettling feeling he can't shake off. As he heads back to safety, he's left with more questions than answers. What do you think was the most disturbing encounter on this list? Have you ever experienced something unexplainable while camping? Let us know in the comments below.